Good morning. Welcome to Horizon Church Midweek Minute. This week, Pastor Simon preached a very powerful sermon on how to deal with worry, how to overcome that thing we have in us that lets us lie there or sit there or just wander around totally consumed with worries, often of things that are really trivial. As he was preaching, what came to my mind was Psalm 136. This is a great psalm. I can remember as a young child in church doing it as a refrain. What that is, the minister or the person up the front says the first line and then the congregation repeats the second line. I'll just read you the first couple of verses. Psalm 136 verses 1 and 2. Give thanks to the Lord, for he is good, for his steadfast love endures forever. Give thanks to the God of gods, for his steadfast love endures forever. Give thanks to the Lord of lords, for his steadfast love endures. To him who alone does great wonders, for his steadfast love endures forever. That's the 4 verses, and it goes on to outline the history of Israel from the time of creation until they entered and conquered the promised land. And after each line, the congregation repeats, for his steadfast love endures forever. This is a great way of getting yourself out of that down state. Because what you are doing is, you're reminding yourself constantly that God's love has been upon you. I know if I had been one of the Israeli people, as you were listening, I would have been thinking about, I think of all the times we did wrong. And then I would have heard, God blessed. And then I would have repeated, and his steadfast love endures forever. I think it's a really good thing to do is you start to get worried or you start to think about things, to lie there and go through all the good things God has done in your life and just repeat, his steadfast love endures forever. Because it's the knowledge of his steadfast love and how it endures and how it has throughout your time of being with him that gets you through those difficult times. What a great way to fill your mind with everything that's positive, everything that's good, and the true things of life. So I just want to encourage you this morning to get a refrain in your brain. His steadfast love endures forever. His mercies are new every morning. There's lots of things. And just go through your history and just see when God has blessed you. And then just acknowledge through saying it what God has done and how good he is. Because God's love is with you always. And I'd like to say to you this morning, his steadfast love does endure forever.